rule of one with copy, the rule of one. This is one of the biggest rules that people break. Now, I'm going to share rules with you guys and commandments, so to speak, about copywriting that will convert. But I also am a copywriting rule breaker at the same time, and also break rules on grammar. But there are some basic principles that you do need to abide by in 98% of the time when you're writing copy. So the rule of one is definitely a biggie. One core overall message, one core overall theme. So if you're writing content, let's say for an email, you're going to send an email out to your list that is just educating them and teaching them on something, right? So I don't know if Neil is still on here, but let's say Neil is going to send something out to people about real estate and their investments. He's going to pick one thing that he's going to educate them on in that email. What ends up happening a lot of times as writers, and business owners, when we're in flow and we're in mode and we're teaching, our brains can kind of stem off. Kind of like what you've seen me do a few times here, right? Our brains kind of go in another direction. We're like, oh yeah, and then there's this. You can't do that in copy. You can't do that, because then you start to confuse them. You start to introduce a whole nother subject. So for example, there was one person who was writing about health and wellness and about something that you need to do for your health. And they were giving these great tips in this. So this is something a client submitted to me, like to review for their copy. And it was great. It was great content. And I was like, oh, this is good. This is good stuff. And then all of a sudden they started talking about, it was about health and what you need to do for your health. And then all of a sudden they started talking about, and the government doesn't want you to know these things, right? And all of a sudden my brain goes, is this going to be about conspiracy theory? Like, where are we going with this, right? So because she added in a whole new thing, my brain went into a new direction, and now she lost me. And also, if I don't believe in that kind of stuff, I'm going to just click out of her email, right? So you have to stick, the rule of one, you have to stick with one overall problem that you're solving in the email, one overall topic that you are doing in the email. And the same thing goes for social media, guys. Same thing, right? Whenever you're writing copy, just using emails and illustration in this. So the rule of one topic, one theme, one problem that you're solving. The other part of the rule of one is one link, one call to action. One call to action. Again, hey, the tattoos, the bumper stickers we've talked about, get it tattooed on your arm, write it on your forehead moments. One of my favorites, and should be one of yours, is confused minds don't buy. You need to live and breathe by that saying as a business owner. Oh, good God. That's overwhelming, Karen. I can't even imagine. It better not be for me. I know it's not for me. 17 links. Oh my God. I wouldn't even know what to do with that. One link, one call to action in any piece of content that you write, whether it's email or social media, one call to action. So for example, I will see someone send an email and they'll say, click below to register for the masterclass. And then in the PS, it'll say, connect with us on social media. That's still a no-no, because now I don't know where to click, and confused minds don't buy. Confused minds don't take action, right? So click this link is the only call to, not in those words necessarily, but whatever your call to action is, whatever the call to action is, there needs to be one. You can say connect with us on social. That could be the whole point of the email. So for example, yesterday I showed you guys an example of writing and creating education-based marketing, and it's just a short video. It was with Peggy Knight. I gave you the example with the wigs of how she could show you how to travel, holiday travel tips, how to travel with your wigs and keep them looking fresh, right? And then in the email, she would do that on her social, and in the email, she'd put the link to the video for them to watch. One call to action. Watch this on my social. Click the video. Click the video. So one call to action. And that can be to your social media, depends on what your goal is of that email. So the rule of one, the rule of one.